Yo, what up, what up? Okay, welcome back to another video on this series. So yeah, let's get right into the problem here. Part 3, right? In the last video, we just finished this one. And it was from someone who is in my country. So right now, I will try to speak to introduce you guys to my idol. There are three of my idols, but I will decide to talk only one person in this video, because it's enough for me. It's gonna take the entire day. Not actually, but I feel like one people is enough. So yeah, and this one will be the most like the favorite idol that I want to become like. So yeah, maybe let's try to talk about this person again, which is this part here I already did in the last video. But yeah, let's keep it another shot because it's fun. Okay, so let's go for it right now. There's no more talking, right? Yep. Um, let's see. Speaking part 2, right? Let me turn on my timer. I don't know, turn on. I don't think it's a correct word to use in here, but maybe it should be like start my timer or something like that. Okay, so let me start my timer. Okay, 30 minutes will be alright, or maybe 10 or 5 minutes whatsoever. Anyway, I would love to introduce you guys to one of my favorite idol. He's live in the U.S. and he is a billionaire, but not actually. He's just a multi-millionaire right now. I believe that his net worth right now is just around 200 million. So he's not really a billionaire yet, but yeah, he is still very rich, and his name is Daniel Bizarian. Yeah, that's his name. Maybe you guys know about him. If you guys live in the U.S., then maybe you should have heard about him before. But not for every foreigner who are not live in the U.S. may not know about him. But he's pretty famous. He's a playboy, not actually, but he's kind of someone who is not really familiar with this will maybe consider himself as a playboy, but he's much further than that. Playboy is just a state, and right now his position right now is much further than that. It's like a different level, a much higher ranking. So he's not a playboy anymore. He's someone who possesses a harem. Do you know what harem is? Harem is like you have a bunch of girls that keep following you to everywhere he is. So that's a harem, and you fuck that harem too, which means a harem is it doesn't matter if there's some specific amount of girl in a harem, but basically it should be more than three people in a group to be considered as a harem. And the dude, he fucked every single one of them. And I think that actually he had a lot of tantrums. Do you know what tantrum is? It is no, I don't even want to explain you guys to that definition. But yeah, you should consider go to the Google, use to the internet and find that out yourself. But yeah, he's famous, he's popular, he's rich, he's a multi-billionaire, no millionaire actually. So that's the person. And let me talk about what he did in the past. So he's kind of a playboy. I don't have any other term to talk about him. Actually, I do, but I guess that you guys are not so familiar with that, so I will stick to the playboy term because it's kind of okay, and I don't think it's matter to him much. Yeah, it doesn't matter much. We don't care, or even he doesn't care about what are you guys gonna call him because it doesn't matter to him. So this playboy, maybe let's prefer him to playboy right now. So he fucked multiple women in one day, and he also an entrepreneur in maybe in vape in cannabis industry. He has a company himself. Yeah, it's pretty awesome because he didn't study in some any kind of like economy school or anything, but he spent like about 1 year preparing for his company for his company, and now it's actually get a lot of success, and it earn the profit of millions of dollars or even go up to billion. I don't know, but it's definitely very successful. And his prior career was a professional poker player. Yep, that was the man like the money stream that he earned from. Um, he played poker for a living. He played poker for a living. It was in the past though. I don't know whether he still keep doing it right now, but I think he's maybe he is focusing on his company right now rather than playing poker. Because yeah, he spent more than 1 year preparing for it, right? So yeah, he put a lot of effort on that company, and he is now an entrepreneur because of that company, a cannabis company. Yeah, he sell vape and stuff. You can check it out on the website. Let me see. Ignite.com is ignite.com. Yeah, his is his website, his company website. And the reason why I love him is that he is exactly what I want to become like. He is like, you can say that he is pursuing hedonism. If you don't know what it is, then you should probably make a search on them in the internet. It's like let me see, philosophy group or some kind of that. And beside of hedonism, there's a lot of the philosophy for you to follow. Maybe like stoicism. Also, there are a lot of people pursuing this, and also there's a lot more, but I don't really can recall the name. But yeah, hedonism is the one that he is pursuing, and that's also what I am trying to do. I'm trying to pursue because hedonism, if you don't know what it is, basically just like you spend most of your lifetime to do whatever you want to. You feel happy while doing that. That's basically what hedonism is. And in order to do that, while doing what you are love what you are interested in. You are not affecting other people. Like you do not cause any harmful to them. So yeah, that's also another aspect of hedonism. It's not gonna affect anyone harmfully. Yeah, so it's cool. Like the personality, also the best one that I would love to mimic, to become like, to learn from. And a lot more thing I would love to tell you guys about this dude. Like he spent a lot of time in military. Yeah, actually, I just have this notion in my mind that is, some people who is famous, who is rich, they can buy everything they want. Not actually like this dude here is he's a multi-millionaire, but I don't think he can actually become president or maybe buy the White House in the U.S. Yeah, there's some of the things that he cannot do, or maybe there's some girl out there who is not really interested in money, so he cannot ever fuck them, but he doesn't need to. So yeah, even though you have a lot of money, but doesn't mean that you can buy everything. But it doesn't matter much because of the thing that he cannot buy, he doesn't even care, or even he doesn't need to buy them. So that's why it doesn't affect them much. So yeah, that's the first thing. Yeah, but a lot of people say that money doesn't buy anything, but yeah, that's a thing that they don't need to buy. They don't need it, so it doesn't matter. And for something that they actually need them, like there's a hot girl that this dude here really wants to fuck her, but the girl doesn't care about money or about the dude. She just doesn't want to fuck him. Then this dude here, Dan Bizarre, he just gonna like bypass that. He doesn't care about the girl anymore. He just like quit it. He just like doesn't care about the girl anymore. He like reject the girl. Doesn't even think about fucking her anymore because it's not necessary, right? So yeah, that's the first thing. No, that's some of the thing, not first thing anymore. And also that's a chat like this. I just noticed that a lot of rich person like they possess a fortune like a millions of dollars in their bank account. But there's something that I feel pretty curious about this. In like normal notion, people should think that these rich people they are really afraid of death, right? Because they can do whatever they want to. They can enjoy the life as much as they want. Like they have millions of dollars. They have like hundred of millions of dollars. They can do whatever they want to. They can buy a yacht. They can buy a private jet. They can go to everywhere they want. But in contrast of living a life like that, people should be afraid that maybe they could die someday. Maybe they die too young, maybe at the age of 50, which means that the average lifespan for American right now is around 80 or 90. So if you die at age 50, then it should be so fucking young, right? And he is right now, if I remember correctly, he is still around 45 or something. Yeah. And most of people that I know that they are rich, they do not they do not afraid being dead at some moment in their life. That's so weird, right? Because it's like a very normal notion that those people they should be afraid of being dead because they have a lot of money, they can have a lot more things, they still have a lot of things to explore, to pursuing, to feel pleasure on it. So maybe they were afraid of being dead because if they die, they are dead. They cannot enjoy those moments anymore. They have not explored the world enough, long enough, so they will be afraid because of that, right? Because they will not be able to explore some few more things in this world. So that's pretty like normal notion for the people to think about, right? But in this case, I was wrong. I noticed that. I realized that I was wrong because this dude here, Dan Bizotti, he doesn't care much about his life. And I will tell you some of the details, some of the thing that he did in the past that actually like blowing my mind. I couldn't even think that he could do that to himself because it was so risky. He could have died because of that, could have died because of that. But he still decided to do that anyway because that's so mind blowing. He doesn't care. He didn't care about his life, even he's so risky. Okay, so let me try. Let me tell you some of the like what happened in his past that make me think like that. So just like that, when he was in military, it's like it's Navy SEAL in the U.S. Maybe it's pretty famous. You know what it is, right? So it was held in California. Is in border with Mexico. So I bet that he was about 20s right now in this moment in that moment, and at that point he decided to get some steroid. And if you don't know what steroid is, it's just like a hormone for men. It can be naturally released when you do some exercise, or it's just released even without doing any exercise because it's a natural hormone in a male body. Even the girl can release that, but for so much smaller portion compared to the man. But yeah, he decided to get some steroid, and it's actually there's some fucking bad side effect. And if you don't use it correctly, you need to use it in combination with other chemical in order to like subside the side effect. So if you did not have some other chemical, then maybe it could gonna mess your fucking body up. Like it gonna get you fertilized. You cannot give birth to anyone. You cannot have choice. That's also a side effect. Or it can get your nut to like paralyze, cannot use them anymore. So that's some of the fucking crazy side effect that he actually risked doing. That was so fucking mind blowing, right? But yeah, he did not experience all those side effects, but it is also fucking risky to his life. And that's just one thing I wanted to say about what he did in the past that actually could have taken his life away. And there's a lot more thing like do you know what is this called? Filtering. 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 Yeah, this is the word here, filtering. Let me just show that on the internet. You can see my screen right now, right? No, it's not this one. It's filtering. It's like you put something in your asshole. Filtering. Meaning, can I search for this word? Feisty or what? I don't know. I couldn't recall, but it's something like filtering or something. No, it's not this one. But yeah, basically, he just when he was in Mexico, he did choose, which means that he inject himself some steroid, but he need to do that every week, like every one in a week, one times in a week. So we have to do he had to do it like consistently. But whenever he wanted to do that, he needed to get some substance, right? And he needed to choose to inject himself. But when like, it's gonna take him like a day driving to get to Mexico to the border to get the juice. So it gonna took him a lot of time because of traveling, the cost for traveling and stuff. He was not really rich at this time because he was in military. His father also a billionaire, but okay, I'm not going to mention him this time in this right now. But anyway, in military he doesn't really rich there. He was not really rich there, so it was like whenever he needs to go to the border in Mexico to get the juice, it's gonna cost him for about maybe if I remember correctly, it was around 30,000 or something or 5,000. So he wanted to make some safe. So for that reason, he did geister. Then the geister is something like you put stuff into your asshole and push it all the way up into your maybe your I don't know, your throat, not your throat, what the fuck? Like your tummy, push it into your stomach. You have stomach. You push it, the products, everything you put it onto you push it from your asshole into your stomach. So that's what filtering is, and that's fucking risky. He was pushing a bottle of steroid into his asshole. What the fuck was that? Is that is even possible, man? He actually risked his whole life to do that in order to do that. Damn, bro. And he pushed around like 3 or 4 glass bottle of juices into his asshole to save for about 3 or 4 weeks usage, right? Because he needs to inject himself every 1 time in a week. So he put it about like 3 bottles to save 3 weeks. He doesn't have to go to the medical bottle in the next week. So that's the thing. So he put a lot of stuff into his household. Damn, that's the second thing I want to mention about his like risky done thing in the past. It's so mind blowing, right? I actually couldn't even remember, like couldn't believe that story. It's just so fucking creepy. And that's the second thing I want to mention about. I want to talk about. I want to tell you guys what the fuck. Yeah. So and there's another thing that maybe I will include in this speech, and that's a when it was flooded in maybe Florida or somewhere, there were flood. It was pretty like dangerous. It's caused a lot of life and there are like what do you call guy? Let me search that word. Yeah, good guy. It's like the wealth. Oh, the property, the assets of people in the city in that city, and he was there. He actually on the front tire to help those people. He used a tank, not a tank, but a car, some kind of car, to help the people. That's my blowing, bro. Yeah, he actually was there, helping cutting the tree and have supporting the people on the flooded area. So yeah, he actually go to the front tire, which is pretty dangerous because the flood is like above your fucking roof. Yeah, it's actually like what is Nyangjiang in English? No, it's Jing'an. It's not Jingna. What the fuck? Oh, it's so lucky that it takes so much time for this browser to load. But yeah, I think I will use my phone instead. Get me set for that. Okay, here it is. Draw out is draw out. Draw out. Draw out. Can you understand that? Draw out an entire house up to the roof. So it's fucking risky for his life, right? So that's some of the evident argument for my conclusion that rich people they're not afraid of being dead. So that's pretty sick, right? It's like the opposite way of the normal notion of the average people, which is my yeah. I'm just an average people person. So yeah, that's the person I wanted to talk about. It was like 18 minutes to talk about him. Yeah, he's so fucking sick. I want to become like him though. So yeah, that's the person I wanted to talk about. He's my idol, my biggest idol, my favorite idol, and I want to become like him someday. And in order to do that, I have to improve my English because he lives in the U.S. He speaks English, so I want to become like him, right? He's my idol, so definitely I want to meet him one on one someday. For that reason, I need to improve my English so that I can communicate with him once I have a chance. I have a chance to meet him. But beside of that, that's just some of my reason for me to learn English. But there's another reason that is like I think it's a major evident the major let me see oh I couldn't even think about the words that I wanted to use in Vietnamese though. What the fuck? Maybe it's like the most reason why I decided to learn English. That is that I realized that with just English, when you speak English, you can speak English fluently. You can already have a great job in here in my country here, and I can earn a good salary. It's like above the average. salary, so it's already good, right? Which is English. So right now this is my current English, and after 1 more month I will decide I will have to apply for some job in some English stuff related to English, and then I will try. I will find out whether it's gonna work or not, and after that I will in my challenge become like him. So yeah, it was 20 minutes here. That's fuck. But yeah, it was a very good speech about him. I love that. But yeah, it's about the dude Tommy Zoran. I really like him. I will become like him someday. I hope that I'm not going to die too young. Until I become like him first. But anyway, yeah, and let's go for the next part. Oh, the girl is streaming right now. There's some girl that stream. Anyway, there's I digress a little, but anyway. Let's move on to another bar in here. Bar 3. Oh, I already did this. What the fuck? Let's go for the describe. Oh, another part 2. Okay, let me read the questions. I bet that you guys cannot really look at the word, right? So I will like highlight it up and I will read what it is. Describes a positive change that you made in your life. You should say what it is, what you did it, who you did it with, and explain how you feel about the change. Okay, I need to take a sip of water. I will go back real quick. Okay, I'm back now. Let's see. I already told you guys about the title of the question, right? Describe another subscribe because it's part 2 on the IELTS test, so it's gonna be the same method, the same format. Describes a positive change that you made in your life. You should say what it is, what you did it, who you did it with, and explain how you feel about the change. So, okay, I think I already know what to say here. But maybe I need to like my throat. I don't know why, but it's so short now. I feel like my throat is so short right now. It's not hurt, but it's annoying. It's not comfortable right now. But okay, we have to do this anyway. Yeah, so let's do it. Let me start my timer again. Okay, so I would love to introduce you guys to tell you guys about the thing that I did in the past that actually changed my entire life, my viewpoint, my point of view whatsoever, my perspective as well. It changed my mindset and everything about my point of view. Okay, so it is about a book. Yeah, it's related to a book, and the book it is a self-help book, not like any other people think about self-help book. It actually helped me only when I apply it to my life. But yeah, I did it, and it changed my entire life 100%. 180-degree converted my life to another part. And the title of the book is Atomic Habit. Atomic Habit, yeah, is about habit. The book that talk about habit, it tell you how habit, how bad, how good, how influence habit will gonna affect your life, and how can you make a good habit for you, and how can you do to get rid of some bad habit that gonna affect harmfully to your life. So that's the book, and I want to tell you guys more about what I did with it, what I did with the book, and why the book changed my entire life. So I knew about this book from a recommendation of a YouTuber. He was someone studying 8 hours, no, not 8 hours, but 12 hours every single day for the entire 2 years on YouTube. He's streaming while he's studying. Yeah, you can find him on YouTube. Just type the name in. His YouTube name's channel name is James Souls, so you can find him there. He stopped streaming now, but there's still a lot of video there. It was 2 years work, 2 years of work. Yeah, it's still there. And he recommended this book to his viewer, and I was one of them who heard about this one. And actually, there's 2 more books, but I only read the first 2, and the third book I have not ever read it. But I think that in the future I might do it, definitely. But the first book here is Atomic Habit. He is the first book that he recommended for people to read, and the book is about habit, right? Yeah. So for someone who study 12 hours a day for 2 years, I think you guys must think that must like know that I think that studying already became a habit for him, right? Because doing consistently for 2 years is definitely become a habit already. So yeah, like it sounds so weird for someone to have a habit of studying, right? but not in this case. And his community, everyone wants to study to the dead, to the dead, or whatsoever. I don't know what to say, any kind of idiom I can use, but yeah, everyone in his community study hours and hours a day and consistently for years, for months whatsoever. And I was one of them. When I was at 12th grade at my final year in high school, I need to take the university entrance exam. So at that time, at the moment, I was very uh, dedicated to study all day. So I just encountered his YouTube video, his YouTube channel. Yep, and I started to study along with him for a long time. Like I was studying, and my phone on my computer have a YouTube tab of like watching him studying along with me. So it was a very good feeling. But yeah, I digress a little. But yeah, let's get back to the point. That is the book. It tells you how you can um, create a good habit and get rid of some bad one. So I apply it. I maybe if you want me to tell some of the secrets, some of the methods to create habit, maybe okay, let me try to tell you guys that. So the basic one is that if you want to make a habit, you need to do it consistently, right? That's the first thing. Maybe it's so common sense, everyone know about that. But there's another thing here that is secret, not everyone know what this. That is, you should not rely so much on your willpower to do that habit. Okay, so let me give you an example. Brushing your teeth, I think is like a habit for the entire people population in this earth on earth, right? Brushing teeth is like a common habit for everyone. But do you still remember that when you was a child, it was like a fucking burden for you to brush your teeth every day, right? Every night and every morning. Actually, that I bet that everyone was one have some day off brushing their teeth because they don't feel like doing it. They like get tired of it, but eventually the next day we have to do it again. So after a few years of doing that, right now, whenever like a 10 years old boy or older than that already have developed a habit of brushing their teeth. And that's so fucking good. It's just social habit now. It's kind of cool, right? And you did nothing. You did not put any effort on it. So yeah, it doesn't require any willpower, and it does the same when you want to create another habit. Like okay, let's just say you want to have a walking, like you want to go to the gym, you want to change your body shape, you want to go to the gym, maybe let's just say 3 days a week. So the first thing to do is that you should not put so much willpower on it. You just do it. Don't think about it. So maybe at that time, like at 5 p.m. at that day, you need to go to the gym. You don't think anything. You're just gonna get changed and get out of your house, and that's the first thing and only thing you need to do to start working, start work out. You should not use so much willpower, but you need to set up the environment for you to do the job. So maybe at the time, maybe usually at the time you are still maybe let's just say you are watching YouTube video at the time at 5 p.m. So if you want to like you should not use so much willpower, right? So at the time you need to set a timer or use some app, some software in your computer or in your phone to block YouTube, to block the access of you to YouTube at that moment at 5 p.m. Right, the app will trigger and it will block your access to YouTube so that you cannot watch YouTube video anymore. So that at time you will realize that you will know that you now have to start going out and start working out. So yeah, you reduce the work on your willpower, and you need to set up your environment. So that's the key word here to develop a good habit. And how to get rid of the bad one? You do the opposite one. If you want, you do the opposite one for the good habit. So in order to get rid of the bad habit, you need to set up the environment to make it the hard so like as hard as possible for you to do the thing. Like you usually go to sleep at 12, right? Because maybe it's just because of your habit now. It already a habit of you now. And the reason is maybe because at night you already know that you need to go to bed, but for some reason you decided to watch some YouTube video, or you want to watch some TikTok video. For that reason, maybe after you have done it, it's been 12 already, and you keep doing it until you realize that it's become your habit now. So in order to get rid of this habit, the first thing to do is that at night, you need to turn off your computer first, and brush your teeth, and then when you get to your bed, maybe at this very moment, you can start to open TikTok and watch YouTube and watch videos there, right? So here's the catch. If you want to get rid of this moment of this action right now, you need to create. You need to download some apps to um block your access to TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms at that very moment. At 9 p.m., the app will be triggered and it will block every access to the other app. So at that moment, you cannot use TikTok anymore. So that it will impede you from doing that. And with a little amount of willpower at that moment to stop you from bypass that blocking, and then you can get good sleep. Yeah. So just use a little amount of willpower and focus on creating the environment. So here's like the percentage that I would like to digress to you. Digress. That is digest or digress whatsoever. Digress. What the fuck? Ghi giải phẫu nhỉ? What is a phẫu in English? No, it's not anatomize. It's a digress, digest or something. Okay, this says, this says, okay. So let me discuss this process. It is about let's just say I think it's correct. It's in my opinion, right? So it's about 80% of your environment, and to help you to create a good habit and get rid of the bad one. And it's only about 20 to 30 percentage of your willpower to help you create a good habit or get rid of the bad one. So yeah, that's my dissertation for the key for the substance, the factor that help you to create or get rid of the habit. 20% of willpower and 80% of the environment. Okay, so that's my answer. And I think I was being off topic about this, but okay, let's keep going for the last question in the part 2 here. Explain how you feel about the chant, right? Explain how you feel about the chant. About the chant. So what it did to my life, right? What it affected to my life, the book, about the book and about the information in the book and what I applied to myself. Yeah, so about the self-help book, people think that is being too overrated. Yeah, maybe because of the nature of the people, when they finish reading this book, some kind of self-help book, so they will have the notion that, fucking shit, the book is so fucking awesome. But then after that, they didn't apply of those shit of those information of the knowledge into their life, so that's why the book didn't work for them. But in my case here, I did apply it to my life. So yeah, I could study 8 hours a day before in the last year, and then I got into my university right now. It's my dream university. So yeah, I got some kind of success there. But yeah, you need to apply the knowledge in the self-help book to your life if you want it to work for you. To work for you, yeah. So in my case here, it changed my entire life. I know how to create the habit, how to get rid of the bad one. Just for that, you can already change your entire life, right? Also your mindset, because habit also related to your personality. It's just like when you keep doing something, you keep like your behavior. You keep doing some kind of behavior, and then eventually it become your personality, because after a time it's gotta become your habit and get exactly to your mindset, your brain too deep, that become your personality. So if you want to get rid of some traits in your personality, you just have to get rid of that behavior for a long time enough, then it will disappear. And the same thing, the same whole truth, if you want to apply some good habit behavior for your personality, you just need to do it time at a time. Maybe after 6 months, or maybe after 1 year or 5 years, it will become your personality. So which means that personality is not constant, it can be changed. Yeah, so that's also what I learned from the book. It is so fucking awesome. Maybe you should take a look. It's definitely change your fucking life. Yeah, it's a life-changing book. There's a lot of books that can actually change your entire life, and this is one of them. There's another one that is The Rational Man, which I am reading right now, but yeah, I have not finished it. So okay, I think that's enough for this part. It was about 12 minutes on this one already. But yeah, let me reset the timer. Okay. and I need to get some rest, maybe a 5 minutes break because my throat is so sore right now. And after that, we'll go for the part 3 here. Now here, can you see it? Yeah, you can see the highlight, right? Yeah. Let me take 5 minutes break and then I'll go back to you guys, right?